Alright, welcome back everybody to another simulation session by Gold Fanatic FX. I did try to stream twice before this, but my old other laptop was being way too slow, so I just got everything set up on my new laptop, my new setup and everything like that. So for today I will use this, and by the end of the week I will use this permanently. So let's get right into it. I already loaded the charts. We have February 8th 2021 starting at pre-New York at 7 a.m. I loaded it up before just because it was slow last time, but with this laptop it was actually pretty fast, so I'm not too worried. Here's the charts right here. I'm just gonna make my screen a little smaller because the charts is what is more important. Okay, so let's do our top-down analysis. Starting at Monday, I'm gonna try to go all the way to Friday, so I want to do this a little quickly, so I will kind of shoot through it. Let's see what we can do. So on the daily, we're coming up to this. Let me get my pen. On the daily, we're coming up to this support, which was respected and broken. Now we could possibly turn into a resistance over here, so we'll wait to see what will happen then. On the 8-hour time frame, this pen. So far the stream is going very nice. My laptop's not making any noises. This is very smooth. This is moving very clean. Alright, I'm very happy to see this, because I just randomly bought this laptop. I didn't even know if it was good for streaming or anything like that. Anyways, on the 8-hour time frame here, we created a support right here. Support. This is the previous day's high. I think on the lower time frame, this is acting as resistance, and we moved up, so we broke this previous candle's high on the 8-hour time frame, and we're pushing up higher, possibly to retest up here, so we will keep that in mind. I'm gonna draw a rectangle. Let me set this up. Let's do gray. Whatever. 4-hour, seeing the same thing. We're trying to reach up to here. On the 1-hour, it's a little more clear. We are treating this as resistance over here. We broke above, so we're aiming to reach up to here, possibly up to here. Sells, we would be looking below here. So let's see what price gives us. It's a little too late to enter. We missed the bulk of the move. So let's see what price will give us at New York Open or any other higher time frame section. Let me just quickly change some settings. Objects, select object, select object. There we go. Select that, select that. We want to clone this, so we go to the 30-minute. Here we go. So overall we are bullish, broke this previous candle's high. We are moving up. We want, it's a little too late to enter. We want price to create a support. We want a bearish candle close, and then the next candle to break that candle's high to continue moving up. Like here, exactly like here on the 15-minute time frame. So if we do get a bullish close and we break above this high, we can enter buys. We are risking 2%, $10,000 account, New York session. So we are wicking down, no confirmations as of yet. See what the higher time frame is doing. We are still pushing up. So this candle closed weak bullish. If it breaks this candle's high, we will see how the 30-minute closes first. Actually, we want the 30-minute to close. 15-minute close is a little weak confirmation. I like 30-minute and above. So if we get this candle to close bearish and the next candle breaks the high, we can entertain sells. I mean buys, my apologies. Yep, so we'll just wait for this. We have around 9 minutes, simulation minutes. Oops. So we broke this candle's low. Best of 15 minutes. So you want to see, we could be retesting this possible support reaction zone. Yep. See on the 1 hour, we are pushing down. We are retesting this zone over here. 30 minutes going to close in 3 minutes. We are looking for New York Open volume to continue pushing bullish because we've already broken out of this range over here. We just have to, it's all about waiting. It's all about patience. You got to be disciplined. We're not going to force any trades here. So we had a 30-minute candle close. No confirmations for sells. Yep, it's a waiting game. So if this candle breaks the high of this candle, we will enter buys because it already wicked down, broke the low, and then continue to move bullish. At the moment, I just think it is retesting over here as a support because we broke out of this range. We're retesting it and we're going to continue bullish. That's what we're looking for. We want candles to close. This 15-minute candle close is very, very bullish. So we will still wait for the high to be broken. We don't want to enter here yet. We could, but it's a little risky. 30-minute is what I trust the most. So if you break that candle high, I will enter a buy here, get rid of take profit. My stop loss will be down here. That's 36 pips. I kind of want a safer stop, 27 pips. Still a lot. Let's go to 15 minutes, see if we can find a better stop loss. I'll put it up here. It's a little risky, but I'm doing this in the simulation so I can see if I can do this live. So a 20 pip stop below the current 15-minute candle. This is very, very risky. I don't recommend this, but since this is for educational purposes, we'll just do it, see what we can find out. So this is currently what we have the trade running at. Yep, this works. Okay, let's see what we can get. So let's look at the higher time frame. We are breaking the high. At 10 pips, I will take profits, and then I will let the price run. So we're at 7 pips, 6 pips, 5 pips. We're just gonna wait, be patient. We are breaking that high, filling that wick. So 12.5 pips. I'm gonna close 80%. We're gonna put price at break even, risk-free trade. We're going to monitor the 15-minute now, and let's hope price moves up. So we do want price to reach this target. If it reaches this target, we will close the trade. Currently, we are running at around 1.5% almost. So with New York Open, we may get a nice bullish push up. As you can see here, we are running at around, oops, that's not even, there we go. So we're around 36 pips, 40 pips, 43 pips. I'm going to close this trade out completely. So we are at 1.86%. We'll see how New York Open pushes it further. We'll go to the 1 hour. So in 5 minutes, we will have New York Open. So let's see what we can get there. I do think this range will probably get filled. 2 minutes. I'm going to speed it up. We already took our trade, so I'm not going to take another trade. In and out of the market, that's what it is. So we'll forward after New York open up to London close and just see what price gives us. We'll forward by 15-minute candles. So I'm going to go to the 30 minutes. So currently we are pushing up. New York open. We're expecting a nice candle to push all the way up. So if you look right here, this is a setup I always look for. The support has been created right here. The price wick down. We continued. We broke this candle's high. We took an entry and we expected price to go to our target. That's it. That's all I look for all the time. And it usually works. So this is on the 30 minute. Like I said, 30 minutes, very strong confirmations. This can happen on the 1 minute, 15 minutes, 5 minute, but I strongly believe that the 30 minute and higher gives us the best confirmations. So we're just watching price now. It is rejecting the support over here. Resistance, my apologies. So I'm going to forward by 1 candle. Alright, 15-minute candle close bearish. So if this candle breaks the high, I think we have potential to break up. May actually even take a trade just because we're watching it live. Yep, at resistance. I think if it breaks that candle's high, I'm going to take a buy. Approaching 8:30, which is another volume time. 8:30 a.m. And this is at resistance. So a push up will be huge just because it's at a strong resistance, which is respected in the past. If it moves down, it moves down. It is what it is. If it doesn't give us confirmations for buys, there's nothing we can do. So 30-minute candle is going to close soon. If price breaks towards the end of the candle, I want to be careful before entering trades because that will make me slightly cautious. This is a nice candle close if it does close like this on the 30-minute, because if we break the high with the next candle, I do expect volume to push it up. So I want the candle to wick down a little bit and then continue to break the high. I want it to move down. Yep, just like that. And here is exactly where I would look for buys. So I'm going to take another buy. Probably put, it should be over here because the candle can still wick lower, but just because it's a high volume time frame, high volume session, I am going to take a riskier trade here. So we are pushing up. So after price pushed up and it came back to my entry, I think I'm going to close 50% just because we already have profit. We don't want to risk anymore and we'll let the rest go. So now that I already closed a position, I won't close the rest of the trade until it gets here. I won't take profits until it reaches close to our target. Because I already closed half, if I close any more, it's just going to eat into our profits and the loss that we've already taken. It's all about managing risk. It's about being patient. So currently it's 8:38 a.m. We are getting this nice push up. I'll probably close at 20 pips. There we go. I'm going to close. I'm just going to close 90%. Stops at break even. Now I'm going to start forwarding the candles. So we're getting push ups, nice push up, all the way up. I'm going to close this trade out. There we go. That's exactly what we were looking for. So as you can see, this is the setup I look for, and it works really well. We created a support, high volume session came in, we moved up, 30-minute candle closed bearish. Right here, same thing. We had this huge wick, 30-minute created support here. This candle wicked down a little bit and we continue to push up. Clean candles to the left-hand side. So we move straight to our zone, which we expected. This is what I look for every morning. This is what we see every morning, especially with gold. You see these clean candles, it reached perfectly to our resistance. That's all it is. It's not complicated. The only thing it is emotions. Analysis easy. It's all about watching emotions. So this is currently 9:30. Another high volume candle. Let's see how the 4-hour closed. Bullish, pretty good. So let's see what 9:30 will give us. So similar setup here. Let's go to the next day. So another thing you want to be mindful of is news. I didn't check news for Monday. Probably wasn't any. What was it? The 8th of February. So all the 8th here, we have no news. So it's all good. We're focusing on just the US news because gold is it's reacting based on the health of the US economy. So yep, nothing here. So we actually have CPI. Ooh, that's very nice. We have CPI tomorrow. Today it's just JOLTS job openings. It might not have a huge impact. Let's see how it goes. But CPI, I'm excited for that. This session right here, Fed Chair Powell speaks, will probably have a huge reaction, but it's not in our time frame of trading. Other than that, that's it. No news for the rest of the week. We just have CPI. So let's check that out. All right, that's tomorrow. So for Tuesday, let's do fresh analysis. Let's go to the 4-hour. We're moving a little bearish right now. 8-hour, like I said in the beginning, we're right here. This 8-hour candle closed bearish. We created a support here. We broke the high. Did I not say that we expect to retest this resistance over here? And that's exactly what we did here. We're moving up. So daily time frame, we are moving bullish. Clean candles to the left hand side. We could be moving bullish here too. So here, I think we are retesting this previous resistance, which is possibly going to be a support now. So we will keep that in mind. 1 hour. So let's go to 30-minute. We will start marking up zones. So we would be looking for sells below here and buys above here. Let me clone these so we can get a better view of what's on the left. What are the candles doing to the left? Let me zoom out. Okay, so we have clean candles moving up to here. For sells, we have clean candles moving, probably get a rejection here and move down all the way here. There we go. So now we're going to let price go. 7 a.m. New York session. I want to clear these up actually. Can I delete selected? Perfect. Got rid of what we don't want to see. Let me move this back a little bit. There we go. So we are just watching price now. 7 a.m. So we won't sell until we go below here. No sells until we go below here. No buys until we break above here. Let me look to the left. We do have a resistance up there, resistance up here. This range is a little short for buys. Actually 37 pips, not bad. Okay, so we'll patiently wait. So it's creating a support here, but we have this wick and rejection of this area. This is previous day's high. It's acting as a support right now, so I do expect it to move bullish. Yeah, so we did create a support here. If we break this candle's high on the 1 hour, could have an opportunity to move up, but it's better to wait for candles to close. Yeah, so it'd be a little risky to buy over here just because we're reaching a resistance so close by. So we'll wait for it to break out of the range, because this whole area here, This whole area here is a range. We're consolidating. We're not trending like this move here or the move before here. We want to wait for a trending move. Right now we're just consolidating. You never want to trade within the range. It's very risky. Price is just moving up and down, up and down. We're not getting any confirmations at all. So you want to wait for a nice break or a close below. Here, let's get it. Just gotta wait patiently. We're approaching New York Open. Let me see how much range this is, because I think on the 1 hour we could. Yeah, I may look for sells below here, but we'll see. 1 hour candle is going to close soon. We have the 15-minute consolidating, 30 minutes. Let me zoom in a little bit. So this candle is going to close in 10 minutes. Simulation minutes. Making good timing today. I want this to be less than an hour. So let's see. Oops, we are moving down. 5 minutes left. We don't want to take any impulse entries now. It's a little late. We want to wait for the candle to close and have some confirmations. 3 minutes left. 2 minutes left. 1 minute. Candle closed bearish. New York Open. We are getting some volume here. Let's go to the 15 minutes. Consolidation. 1 hour. Close bearish. Created a. So here's what happened here. We've created a support here. Created a resistance here. So if this candle breaks this price low, possible sells. So I will keep that in mind. This candle right here, this big one, I think this candle is too close. We are getting no wicks up. Ooh. Nope, we're gonna wait for the 1 hour candle to break. Yep, that's why you got to be careful. Like in situations like that, could have took a sell here and been straight in drawdown. It's better to wait for the higher time frame confirmations. So we have price just moving around at the moment. Still in consolidation, still in the range. We're not forcing any trades here. Ooh. So let me move back 15 minutes. That's my fault. Let me go back to the hour. So this is what we like to see. It's moving, it wicked up and then continue to move down to break the low. And at that point is where you would take a sell, or where I would take a sell. So we're wicking up. Let me slow this down. So we're wicking up. We did not break the high of that candle. We are respecting structure. And then we're going to move down. This is New York Open volume. We are continuing to move down. So here is where I will take a sell. Above the current candle, 23 pips. Let's check out our trades. Let's go on the lower time frame to manage risk. We want price to reach our target at that support. So since this is on the 1 hour time frame, we do expect it to get a little more push just because it's a higher time frame. So at 10 pips, I will take profits. There we go. Let's let it reach 10 pips. There we go. 10 pips. I'm going to close partials. 80%. We want to secure our profit. We want to go to break even. And we let the trade go. We'll see how it goes. If it reaches target here, we will close some more partials. Let's watch it on the 1 hour here. New York Open volume is pushing this candle down. That's what we want to see. 15-minute candle will close soon. Let me speed this up now. So we have been stopped out at break even. We still have our profit currently up 4%. I also want you to note that our initial stop loss was above around here, slightly lower over there. So let's see where price goes without hitting our actual stop. Right here, we're expecting price to move down. So this is where the stop was. I'm gonna leave this here just so we can see. And we would have got stopped out. But in this case, since price wicked down like that, if it continues to break this candle's high, we could look at buys just because of this rejection and retest of this support, but no confirmations yet. So that's why I said it's risky to put the stop loss above the current candle, because the current candle hasn't had a chance to create a solid wick yet. The best place to do it would be the previous candle, because this high needs to be respected for this price to continue down, right? So if the stop loss was above here, we would not have been stopped out. So that's why I keep trying to experiment by putting stops above the current candle just so I can get a tighter stop loss, but most of the time it does not work, so I'm gonna stop trying to do that. As you can see here, we got this huge push down approaching 8:30 a.m. If we respect this support and close strong bullish, could get a move to continue up. That would be really nice. Yep, so it's retesting the previous day's high. That's why I have this indicator here, because the previous day's high is where the most recent orders are pooled up. So we're not looking for orders from like days ago, like around here or whatever. Those are the long-term goals, but the short-term goals are for these lows and highs to be swept so price can continue in the intended direction. So if this candle breaks that candle's high at 8:30 a.m., we will look at buys. I do want candles to close. We are 3 minutes away. All right, so we closed bullish on the 30 minutes. We got this huge rejection over here. If price wicks down and continues bullish, we could look for buys. Yep, we got that wick down. The longer it stays down and consolidates down there, the better the push up will be if it breaks that candle's high after doing this wick down. So it's currently 8:30. This is what we're looking for. There we go. I think it broke that candle's high. So once again, even though I said I'm going to stop experimenting, I am going to put this here because our stop loss is 27 pips, kind of a lot. I'm going to put it even closer to 20 pips. And let's see what we can do. Expect price to reach above the target. So I want to show you that this is on the 1 hour time frame. That gave us the confirmation. We broke above here after this huge wick down, collecting liquidity down here, retesting the previous day's high, and we're continuing up. Currently we're at 13 pips in profit. I'm going to close just like I did before, secure the profits. So if you get stopped out and break even, it doesn't affect us as much. So we are waiting for this candle to reach our TP up here. So I always close around 10 to 15 pips because gold you can easily get 10 to 15 pips, but after that you never know. Currently we're running at 20 pips. If we fill up here, I'll just close the position completely. Since I already closed 80%, I don't want to close anymore. until we reach our target. 15-minute candle has closed. Let's check it out. So we are getting that push up. So here I will close everything. There we go. So currently at Tuesday we are up 5.54%. So I'm gonna start forwarding candles now. I'm getting, ooh, what time is this? 9 a.m. This is the 4-hour candle close. This, so if you look here, let me go 15 minutes back. So this is how the 4-hour candle has closed. Hope you can see that. I can't zoom in anymore. But remember I said that over here, this previous resistance is going to possibly act as a support for this 4-hour candle. That's exactly what happened here. So we have this candle rejecting this previous resistance, and since this is the 4-hour time frame, this resistance over here, which was respected multiple times, is very important. It's very reactive, you can say. So we have this candle closing like this. That next 4-hour candle that we saw is going to be very bearish. If that candle goes bearish and then breaks the high on the 4-hour time frame, buys would be very nice. So we have this bearish move down. It's continuing down. It broke the low. Let's see what's happening on the 8-hour. So this would be 9:45. So I probably wouldn't be in the charts right now, but I want to see what's going on. So gold does this a lot. That's why we take profits where we can. So let me see the 8-hour. We did break this candle's low. Are we going to continue up? Nope, that's it. All good. Okay, let's go to Wednesday. Keep in mind we have CPI now. Yep. Let's do fresh analysis. So we're consolidating over here. So, yep, we're consolidating at this support here and a resistance here. So you just have to see what's going to happen. The 1-hour time frame. Let me get rid of all this. Delete. There we go. So this is a 30-minute. It's a little messy. It's a very iffy day with CPI. We want to be extra careful. I may not even mark the chart up until CPI, which is at 8:30. So we're going to look at the news here. What is CPI telling us? They're looking at 0.3%. We want this number to be lower. From what I understand, I think lower would mean that the inflation is lower. So in that case, gold would tank. From what I understand. It's a little hard for me to okay, so I'm going to explain inflation really quickly. Investors put their money into gold as a hedge against inflation. As inflation increases, the dollar decreases. So they take their assets out of the US dollar assets such as bonds and stocks, and they put it into gold. So gold can hedge their risk against inflation. So if there's negative inflation news, such as inflation increasing, the price of gold will quickly increase just to hedge against that possible risk of inflation occurring. And if inflation is low, then gold will drop because all the investors are pooling their money into other assets such as bonds and stocks and taking it out of gold because that risk is not there. I hope that makes sense. So we'll just see what happens here. Let me just quickly, I want to see what's going on. I want to do the analysis. So we do have the support here with CPI. We expect this support to be broken. Then we have a resistance up here. So these are very rough zones on the 4-hour. I'm just doing this so we can see what's going to happen. I don't expect to take any trades. Usually it's really risky with CPI news. So we'll just watch price, see what happens. This is the 1-hour time frame. We have this support here. We have clean candles down here. So this is a support here. We have clean candles up to here. But with this messy consolidation here, it's not really clean. These candles might be clean, but with this consolidation here, there's like a lot of confusion for price. So we want to see what we can do there There's a resistance here. Price can possibly move up to there. We're going to be extremely careful and see what price is going to do. We might even do buy stops and sell stops for CPI just to see if we can get something occurring. Let me double check when CPI is. 8:30. So we are getting this move down. This is the 1 hour. Let me look at the 4 hour. So yep, we did wick up. We are breaking this low. I might look at sells just for education. So let's see if we break the low, because it's still early. It's the first 6 minutes. We're making good timing. It's less than 40 minutes in the stream. Hoping to get to Friday here. Hopefully I can end this within 50 minutes to an hour. So let's see. We are not breaking the low yet. It's still 7. Still pre-New York. I try not to trade anywhere before 7:50 because I do want that New York Open volume to come in. Because usually what I notice is when I take a trade before 7:50 or 8 a.m., I'm stuck in that trade until volume comes in because price is moving very slowly. It's just not moving at all. So yep, let's see what we can do here. Oh my god, I just realized my whole screen was offset for a little bit. I hope you guys could still see price even with that, with the window off. Let's see what we can do here. 4 hour candle. Ooh, 8 hour candle. So our daily looks like it's bullish. We could break these lows over here. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this one as well. So yep, this is a support here. If we break that low, I want to see sells. But we are respecting the support. Yeah, we are respecting the support. Let me clone this. Ooh, 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 ooh. So I would consider this trade missed, but I will take it with 1% just to see if price will move down. Stop loss would be up here, but that's a very big stop, 30 pips. So I will go to a lower time frame to see if we can get a tighter stop. So around here, 23 pips. I'm fine with that. So let's go to trades. Let's see if that 1 hour will continue to push. And this is based on the 4 hour, right? Because this is what I have been showing in the daily recaps. We can see that this candle closed bearish, created support and resistance here. And this candle wicked up for the first 2.5 hours of its time, and we continue to move up, and then we broke this candle's low. So we're expecting to continue down. Since this is the 4 hour, with volume, we could possibly reach even down here. So with volume, we can expect to reach down here. But we also have CPI coming up in about 40 minutes. So that's why this trade should be in and out. It's moving very quickly. Let's try to manage risk here if we need to. Yep, I'm going to close half just because it's a very risky trade. Even though it's only 1%, I'm going to let the rest go. We'll let the rest go now. Because keep in mind, candles have not closed. This is an impulse entry. There's no candle closure confirmations. There's just a confirmation with the wick up and the continuation down. So since it's on the 1 hour, we'll wait for the 1 hour to continue. We have managed risk and closed 50% of the 1% trade. And we'll let this trade run until we hopefully meet TP over here. But like I said, this range is so messy. This is just a barcode. It's consolidation. So sometimes you never expect price to move through here unless we have volume. And right now we do have volume with New York Open. So it's respecting the support and continuing up. That's why we manage risk. So the amount we really would have lost, we did not lose just because we managed risk. And since it was a risky trade, we only took 1%. So it's not a big deal. Let's see here, 1 hour. 30 minutes. We did close below, but we quickly shot back up. CPI data will come out, so we won't take a trade until we have that confirmation. Or did it already come out? No, it's coming out in 30 minutes. Okay, so we'll wait for that. I'm gonna forward 2 candles. Yep, so we'll wait the 15 minutes. So we'll see if we can do buy stops, sell stops. I don't think we can, just because of how big this candle is. News is probably priced in, so we'll just see what we can get. So 8 hours is rejecting that support. Alright, 30 minutes, we are going to get CPI data. So we are pushing up right now. This 15-minute candle. Maybe buy stops and sell stops around the 15-minute candle instead of the 30-minute. I've never done that before. It's very risky, but it's just a simulation. We're learning. So we are closing. We may not even trade. We might just see the impact. So if we look at the news now, alright, so it's right here, CPI. It's as expected. So I think this is considered bad because we are getting price moving up. So we'll just watch it and see. It's not a crazy spike as we usually see, but not bad. So let's see. This is the previous day's high, double top, triple top actually. So we break up, I think in the future, maybe Thursday or Friday, we will reverse to continue down. Just because all that liquidity is going to be swept. Yeah. So we'll let this go. I'm going to forward 30 minutes. Yep. That's exactly what I was freaking talking about. So we have the previous day's high. Like I said, all the orders, all the trading has been here. Active orders. This is a triple top, a resistance. There's respected here, respected here, respected here. So once this price moved up, so in this case, it was expected because CPI was the catalyst to move price up and take everything here out. All the orders here taken. So as this just tanks to go into the intended direction it was always wanting to go in. So that's what you got to be patient for. That's what you got to be careful of. So we could have taken a sell trade right here. But since we're just watching, I think this is London close, so you want to be out anyways. But that's what it is. So what happens? Let's go to New York session next. I'm going to delete all the analysis. Let's do it fresh. CPI is done. There's nothing else. All right. It's a little messy. It's very messy. All right, let me zoom out. So this is just consolidation on the higher time frame. This is a little tricky here, but if we are just going to take a peek, we have a support here, resistance here, target. We would probably want it price to move up to here, and then next up to here. And for sells, you would want price to move down here. And that's it. So let's go. I'm going to speed this up just so we can get... Oh, too fast, too fast, too fast. 79. Yeah, I think 79 is fine. Let's see here. So this is 7 a.m. This is 1 hour time frame, 8 hour time frame. We are respecting the support here. We are respecting the resistance over there. 4-hour time frame. We did create this wick down. Looks like it wants to continue bullish. We will have to wait. Still consolidating here. We don't want to take any trades within the range. We will wait for price to break up and close above. So I'll wait for candle closures. So you may be wondering, if I take sells when candles break the highs, why didn't I take a buy here or something like that? It's because we're in the range. You don't want to trade within the range. You want this clean candle. You want this clean move. You don't want this messy stuff over here, because as the price wicks up, it looks left and just goes like, what the heck happened here, right? And then it'll be like, I don't want to be part of this, and move down. It's kind of like, you got to think about how it is, right? Candles move with a purpose. They move with a personality. So we are approaching 7:30 actually, 7:30 a.m. We'll see how we get this candle closing. Okay, candle closed with no wick on the top. Talked about this before. No wick on the top. There's no range for price to continue up. So what we want to see is, you want to see this candle wick down and then break the high. But if it immediately breaks the high and continues up, it's just something we have to risk not taking. So we are getting this wick down. We are closing at resistance. So if we do begin to break the high, 4-hour time frame moving up, 1-hour time frame, I do want to wait a little bit more. We are approaching New York Open, 20 minutes. So we'll see how the 15-minute candle closes, and then we'll go from there. So it's 50-50, could move up or down, but as I said, there's no wick, there's no range to continue up, so I do expect this to happen. You don't want to trade when there's no wick. There's just no range, because when there's a wick, price wants to fill that wick or collect liquidity and then continue in the opposite direction. In this case, there's no wick for it to move up, so this is exactly what we get here, this move down. So if this closes like this on the 30-minute, so here's the issue, what I see here. I really want to take a trade. I really want to take a buy, just because of how this candle closed, and it's breaking the high. But if you look at the time here, it's breaking the high in the first 11 seconds. That's a very risky trade. So I'm going to actually just sit out for now. We're already up 4.92%. You always want to conserve your capital. So we just got to wait. Okay. So as it wicked down and continued to move up, I probably would have taken a trade. So since it's still risky, I'm going to take 1%, put stops a little below. So it's 1% trade, not bad. We're hoping New York Open can move price bullish. So if it breaks its own low, I will close half to manage risk. Currently we were at 10 pips, but 6 pips, 10 pips. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Closing 80%. I hope this is giving you guys value. This is exactly what I do live, and it works. Right? It's all about understanding how price moves, why it wants to move, stuff like that. So we did fill this wick just now. We're about to fill this wick. So we're expecting that. So there we go. We filled the wick. We want this candle to close. It did reach our target. So I'll just close it off now. So now we're up 5.62%. We're approaching 8:30 a.m. I'm going to forward this candle. So we are rejecting now. See what happened on the 4-hour. Broke this candle's low. Will it move down? Yep, that's exactly what you're looking for. The higher time frame does help you a lot. Some people don't like to use it because they think it takes too long to form. But so basically, if we look here, we took these buys at resistance. We would have got some profits, whatever. So if you see, so here's what happened. This is a fake out. Price, it didn't close above. It was an impulse entry. The fact that it closed within, but it wicked up, it's a fake out. So it convinced us that price is going to move above and close, but it went straight down and rejected. So it went above all of these highs and just closed with below. So this wicked up, it did not break the high, it respected structure and continued to close within the range. So you could look for risky sells within the range, but the best place to sell here would have been right here, as this candle closed below and this candle wicked up, retested up here, and then broke the low. This is where the best optimal sell would have been. Since this is still the range right here, since this is still within the range, it would be a little risky to take any trades within here, any buys, any sells. Just because this closed below doesn't mean it's a good place to sell. Let me see what time this happened at. 1930, so that's around, so 14 is 7, 14, it's around like 12 o'clock, London close. Okay, not bad. Okay, so that's Thursday. What time are we at? 51 minutes, that's perfect. So let's quickly do this New York session here. Okay, here's what I like to see. This is the previous day's low. It's behaving as a resistance for us right here. Previous day's low. We have candles over here creating support. If we break that support, we can continue down to here. And if candle breaks up, continue up to here, possibly even further. But with this bearish move down, we may want to consider targets for even more bearish moves, so like down here, to fill this wick down here possibly. Yep, let's check it out. It's Friday, so we do want to be more careful with what we're risking, because there's usually low volume on Friday as investors are just sitting back. Okay, so right here, this is where I would take an entry, but because it's Friday, I am a little iffy with it. So this 8-hour candle is breaking the previous candle's low. The 1-hour candle is breaking the low. We'll take a sell just for educational purposes. 1%, low risk, so 20 pips. And here's what I expect to happen. I expect this to move down, create a wick, and then continue back up. And especially since it's still 7:03 a.m., it's not like any high volume time, so I do expect this to not go in our favor, but we'll do this just to see paper trade. So we are moving down. I do expect this to reject, but just because we created this support and then we're breaking below, I want to see it. So we did reach 13 pips. Ooh, I didn't stop it on time. That's my fault. Whatever. Okay, 15 pips. I'm gonna close 80%. Stops at break even. Let the rest go. So we did take a low risk sell because of the candles here. So we do expect this wick to get filled and then possibly reject to continue up. We want to see where this candle is closing. Where did the 15-minute candle close? Candle closed below the range, so it's wicking up, retesting this now resistance. It's breaking the low, so we can expect it to continue lower, but it hasn't broken the low yet, so we have no confirmation. This could easily continue back up because the 30-minute has not closed. We want the 30-minute, and the 30-minute has closed like this. 30-minute has closed within the range. It did not close outside of the range, so like I said, I expected it to reject. So here, let's see what we can do. Maybe we can continue down, but we've already taken our trade. It is 7:30 a.m., so still early. It's not even a high volume session yet, so this could just be setting us up for a bullish day. It is Friday. I'm just gonna forward some candles here. So see, we are getting that rejection. We are closing above here. So this is 8 a.m. We have already wicked down, closed above. So I assume it's a liquidity sweep. So if this candle moves and breaks up here, I do expect it to move bullish. Right here would have been a nice buy opportunity, but we're just going to wait for the 30-minute time frame. So once again, there's no wick on the most recent 30-minute candle up here. So it's we want to be a little careful with that. There's a wick on the 1 hour candle, so we could get some movement up. So I'm going to look at the 1 hour just because it's a little cleaner. I expect price to wick down and then continue to break the previous 1 hour candle's high. So we are wicking down, 8:05 a.m. Currently up 6.25% for the week. So if we break this candle's high, I will look for buys. And since it's Friday and higher risk, I do want to use less risk. So we are breaking this candle as well. Let me check the 8 hour. Ooh, I see what happened here. Daily, 4 hour. So we did create this wick. We are breaking below here. If we break below this 4 hour wick, I think we can get a nice move down. So that would be right here. I'll put a horizontal line here. We'll watch this for education, because on Friday, I noticed that price either has a huge move up or a huge move down towards the end of Friday, as investors are either closing positions or adding positions. So we're going to do a white line just so we can see it. There we go. Let me clone that. Okay. Yep, so no sells until 1812.4. Even if we are breaking the low here, it's a little risky. So we'll go to the 4 hour, see what's going on. So we wicked up, started to break down. So let's see how this can close at 9 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. Maybe we'll get another push down. Very nice, very nice. Ooh. So there's no confirmations to actually sell here for us. Because where would we put our stop loss, right? There's no confirmations. So we'll wait for candles to close. It is approaching 8:30 a.m. So the 4 hour, we did not break the low yet. You know what? Just for fun, let's do like a half margin trade once we break that candle's low. Let me see the 8 hour. There's a support here, so I'm a little iffy with this sell. But if we get volume to push it down, whatever. And we are pretty bearish up here. Like I said, this liquidity was sweep, triple top before. Ooh, we're breaking the low. I'm gonna sell. All right, there we go. So we got 20 lot sell. This is full margin. So we'll just see how it goes. This is just for fun, because why not? End the week off with a bang. So we are about to break this low. We are bearish just because of how this price fell. If we break this low and we close below the support, I expect some good things. Let's get it. Ooh, this not visual mode. Let's monitor the trade. So 1 pip. At 10 pips, I'll probably close half, because this is a crazy. Like if this was live, I'd be freaking out. $786 loss with the 20 lot. I'd be freaking out. So we're at 15 pips. Pretty insane. That's $3,000. I'm gonna close 80%. Stops at break even. This is our very risky trade. Let's let it go. It's the 4 hour. I do expect volume to keep pushing it down, especially with 8:30. Even if you get stopped out, I want to see where price is gonna go. Nope, we rejected and we closed above. It is what it is. That's why you gotta be careful. But with this trade, we did get nope, that's not even a good amount. So that's why you want to be careful with the support. Always wait for candles to close. 9 a.m. We did get those candle rejecting, closing above this huge move up. What time was this huge move up? That's a crazy move. 17. So what? 10 a.m. Yeah, so London close. Yep, right here. London close is where we got that huge move up. So it is Friday. Like I said, I do expect one huge move, just as investors are ending off their day. Since London is like the session with the highest volume, probably the most trades that are getting processed. So that's why we can expect this huge move up. But as of now, that is the end of the simulation. We did a full week. I'm actually really proud of that. 1 hour on the dot. So I am getting better at this. So I do intend to do this more often. Let's see what we can do next time. This new laptop is great. This simulation was so smooth. I had no issues. Really excited to be doing this more. This is really fun for me. I do this just so I can provide value. I know we did have some kinks within the simulation today, but I hope you learned a lot. I learned a lot, just as how price behaves, when to manage risk, when to take trades, when not to take trades, support and resistance, stuff like that. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. I do want to do this more often. Stay tuned tomorrow for a possible fundamental analysis for the week up ahead. And then throughout the week, we will do the